Hello everyone, this is Julie with Craft with Julie, and today I'm going to show you the March Stamp of the Month card kit. This is the kit I send you for free when you purchase the March Stamp of the Month. I promised to do this video and the month is it's getting closer to the end, so I wanted to make sure I got this done for you guys. But when you purchase the March Stamp of the Month, I will send you this kit. It comes with, I don't have it in the cute plastic envelope, but comes with a picture, a description of the products that I use. So if there's something you liked, you know what I used. And then also the supplies you'll need, and then detailed instructions how to put these cards together. And there are some different techniques on here, so I wanted to actually do a video this month to walk you through. So if you have this kit, go and grab it and your supplies, and let's create together. So this is March's Stamp of the Month. It's called Winged Masterpiece, and that butterfly was a tad intimidating to me, but I have been having so much fun playing with it and all the different things you can do. And also the dragonfly, I just did a video with the oxide inks using the butterfly, so you can go check that one out. And then just some really pretty sentiments like lucky to be your, and then you can put husband, wife, sending you well wishes on your wedding day, forever wouldn't have been long enough, lucky to call you friend, and then just these really pretty doodles and things like that. So this stamp set is only available during March, and like I said just a moment ago, when you order this stamp set, I will send you the pieces and the kit for free. This stamp set is $18.95, or you can get it for only $5 with a $50 purchase. Or if you are a Close to My Heart VIP customer, you can get it for free with a $50 purchase, and I'll still send you the kit. So it's a great deal. So what you'll need, of course, is your kit. You'll want to grab, let me think, some card bases, your scissors, adhesive, intense black ink, sage ink, bluebell ink, canary ink, ballerina ink, a water brush, or just if you have a paintbrush and a little glass of water, your paper trimmer, the bluebell shimmer brush, and the light green tri-blend marker, and I think, of course, some blocks and all of those other fun things. Oh, and 3D foam if you have it. So I'm going to roll up my sleeves and we can go ahead and get started. So this is card number 1. And move these to the side. And let me grab my pieces. So when I send you the kit, it actually has them separated out into card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. I just didn't do that for mine, because hopefully I can remember what goes to what. So you'll need the floral paper, and then a piece of the white cardstock, and I'm going to put my instructions right there. This paper, pattern paper, is from the lovely paper packet. It's the paper packet that's in our core book, so it's available. It's been available for quite some time and will stay available until the next big idea book comes out. So we've had this for a little bit. But what I did was I cut that in about 2 inches and then folded them over. So grab your paper trimmer, and so about 2 3/4 inches on the right side of the paper, I cut towards the center 2 inches. So 2 3/4 is right there. Make sure I have it in picture for you. And then I'm going to cut up just to the 2-inch mark. Okay. So then I'm going to grab my card base and I am going to just fold this over. So I'm trying to think, do I want to stamp it first? I'm going to fold it first and then stamp it. So I'm going to leave just a little bit, about maybe 1/4 of an inch right there, and fold that over. And then the same right here, leave about 1/4 of an inch down here and fold it over. Okay. And I put just a titch of adhesive to keep that down just on the tip. So it still kind of had that dimensional look to it. Okay, now I'm going to stamp Lucky to Call You a Friend. And this one, look at this big block. Big guy. I used Bluebell ink, which is close to my heart's color of the year. And I seriously, it is my most favorite color of the year. It matches everything and it just looks so good. Paired up with all different colors and color schemes. So I really enjoyed working with it. So if your stamp set is new, you'll just want to season it either by like rubbing it on your hand or dipping it in the ink and stamping off a couple times. Let's bring this over here. And I'm just going to line it up. I haven't attached that yet. I don't want to commit to it quite yet. And then I know it goes right there. Ta-da! Okay. And take my stamp chamois and just clean that off. And now I can attach this. Okay, I'm done with Bluebell for a minute. And I can attach this to the card base. Isn't that kind of fun? Just by folding those over, it kind of gives it just like a fun look. Okay, so now we're going to do the dragonfly. So bring this over. You'll want to grab your squishy, I don't even know, the foam. I call it the squishy that comes with your stamp set, and just be careful when you're peeling this the dragonfly off because you don't want to rip it. The stamps are pretty strong, but you don't want to chance it, right? So I'm going to grab my huge block. We used to have a smaller one. I'm not sure what happened to it. It was like a 4x4. But now this is the one that fits it. So I think this is 5x6. So just season that if you haven't used your stamp before, and grab your Intense black ink. Let's scooch this over. And I'm using Intense black because we are going to do a little bit of watercoloring on this. And the Intense black will not bleed where the other black will. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp it right there in the center. Oop, this one got in the way. There we go. Just hold it there for just a second. All right. I'm going to just wipe my block off. Get that Intense black ink off of it, and my butterfly. Looks like I have some from another project. And we'll just peel this guy off and put him back on the carrier sheet. All right, so now we're going to color it using the Sage ink pad. So Sage is the green. And this is kind of a fun technique I really like to use with our ink pad. Sorry, this is a prototype that Close to My Heart sent me. But to add water with your water brush and to color, it's just so fun. So you can basically use any of our ink pads to watercolor with. So what you want to do is, I call it CPR. So you just kind of push on your ink pad just a little bit, and that will bring up some ink into the top of your lid. And then you take your water brush, and if you have some paper towels handy, grab them, because you don't want it too wet. But this water brush, you can just push it and the water comes out. And then you can dip it in there, and I'm just going to just swoosh it over the wings. And you can do this with any color of ink pad. We're going to actually do it with all of those colors that I mentioned earlier for the last card. But isn't that fun? Gives it a fun, nice watercolor look, but you're using your ink. You don't have to have a palette of watercolors. And it can be messy and it still looks great. And I have a hard time with watercolors because I like everything to be like perfect. I'm a tad of a perfectionist, and but I've kind of had to get over that and just be messy. So then you want to clean it off. Just push a little bit of water through that and just wipe it off on your paper towel. And your dragonfly, we're going to set it aside to dry. So we're going to move on to the next one, and we'll finish that up in just a minute because we want it to dry just a little bit. Okay, so the next one is this one right here, Sending You Well Wishes. And the color palette, I used one of our, I used one of our idea books. It's called The Love of Color. And I just put in Bluebell, and it gave me the idea to use this evergreen and this sage. So that's kind of where I got those colors from. So let's grab those. So evergreen and our sage. And sage is so pretty too. All these fun colors. Oh, and we'll need that string. So you'll have this white piece. You'll have the two mini envelopes. So it's actually just a die cut, thin cut. Look how cute this little guy is. He's the mini envelope, and he's just this cute little guy in there. That's how I cut those. And you'll want a little white piece, and then of course your sage and your evergreen. Doesn't that evergreen just pop? Okay, so what we want to do, let me bring my squishy back, is we're going to stamp these flowers across the paper. Okay, so we have this little guy right there that has the two petals, and then we have this guy right here. It's just a one stem, and I'm going to put it on this long, well actually I'm going to stick it on this block. So we're kind of just going to randomly do a little cascade. So grab your intense black ink again, and if you want, let's see, so this is kind of where the envelope is going to go. So you can start from this corner or you can start from here, and I'm just going to lightly stamp that there, and then I'm going to switch in between the two. And that one goes right there. And then this one I kind of put right here. And this one I did upside down. And then this one up here. And then one more. It's going to kind of peek out maybe from the envelope. Okay, let me clean these off really fast with the chamois. Now if you messed up, you can flip it over and try again. The good thing about cardstock is there's two sides, so if you don't like the first one, you can flip it over. Oh, sorry, we need to do this little guy. So we're going to cut some of those out and put them in the envelope. So we're going to do 2 of the long stem and 1 of the 2. There we go. Now we can put it away. I get talking and then I forget what I'm doing. Okay, so we're actually going to color these in with the Bluebell shimmer brush. You can watercolor with these too, which is really awesome, or you can lay it on top of like other colors, and like you could even, if you wanted to put some purple in the dragonfly, you could totally do that. The shimmer brushes are amazing. The clear shimmer brush you can put on anything and it changes the color that you put it on. These that have the color like Bluebell, let me see if I can show you up close. Can you see the shimmer on that? So you have that Bluebell color, but it's already shimmered. So cute. So then you'll want to grab a light green marker, and we're just going to color these in. And I want to say I used the light on that. Yes, looks like it. And you just lightly color that in because they're so small and delicate. And that one, I just kind of touched it. And if you go outside the lines, it's totally fine. Messy's okay. I have to keep telling myself that. It's okay. This would be a really cute like Mother's Day card too. So if you just leave off the sentiment, you could totally make it into like a Mother's Day or birthday. So you could change it up if you wanted to. So let's take the Bluebell shimmer brush, and you might want to grab your paper towel. Sometimes these guys like to spit like camels, and just make sure that it's not too juicy. And then you can just lightly color in the flowers on this stamp. And again, we're using the intense black ink so the color doesn't run. And I pulled out my all-purpose mat today too because we are watercoloring. So if I get anything on my mat, it will just easily wipe off. Oh, this guy's like it's a little juicy, but you get the idea. You can do it a lot neater than me. Okay, and then we can stamp this sentiment right here, and I use the sending you well wishes, but I think I'm going to change it up to the wishing you the happiest birthdays. I haven't used that one yet. Let me use that one for this one. And I use the Bluebell ink. Stick it on there, and then I need to season it and grab the Bluebell ink. And just be careful because that needs to dry. And just stick that right in the corner. Ta-da! What is your favorite sentiment on this stamp set? Let me know which one you think you'll use the most. I'm always doing birthday and thank you. Those are like the top ones. Oh, I forgot to color these guys in. Actually, we need to cut those out, so maybe I'll wait on these ones. Okay, so now we have this cute little envelope, and we're just going to fold the sides while this dries a little bit. We're going to leave that top. So we're going to just fold on those score lines. Isn't that the cutest little envelope? And then I cut this out of the heart pattern from that lovely paper packet, and I am just going to cut these sides off because I don't need them. And cut the bottom off because it's all going to be hidden. And then I'm going to offset. I'm going to cut the bottom just a little bit more. So this envelope is going to be offset just a little bit to have that bluebell peek through. And then I'm going to attach it. Oh, there's my glue. I'm like, where did it go? Attach it right there in the center. Just leaving that little bit of bluebell. And now I can fold these in. So I'm going to actually just put a little bit of glue on the inside to keep those little flaps down. And then I'm going to put glue on this one. Okay. And then we have, I gave you a little bit of white twine. Yeah, white twine. For some reason that sounded funny to me. White twine to make a little bow. Can you hear my little guy? He's like jumping off of his bunk bed. He's supposed to be cleaning his room because Saturday is cleanup day at my house. But I'm sure that's not happening. They fight it like all day long. I'm not sure why. I'm sure I did that when I was a kid too. Okay, so that will go. Oh, I'm going to cover that one completely up. Well, maybe not. Okay, so that's going to be that one. Then we're going to cut these little guys out. I know, the fussy cutting. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I thought those flowers look so cute peeking out from the envelope. And then after we attach them in the envelope, then I'll color them with the bluebell so then they can have time to dry. With the shimmer brush, it just depends on how, I guess, thick you lay it on, of how, yeah, there we go, how long it takes to dry. I usually just leave it out for a couple hours and just leave it on my desk and then come back and it's okay. But I will warn you, the glitter gets everywhere, so be careful. But it's so cute. Okay, just cut around there. And again, it's not very like, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attach these elements to my card. So grab a card base. And we're going to start with the sage. And it looks like I used the light side of the sage. Close to my heart, cardstock is double-sided, so you get 2 for the price of 1. It's kind of cool. And then I use the dark side of the evergreen. And then I'm going to just put some adhesive there to attach this white piece because it probably still needs to dry just a little bit more. And then I can offset this little envelope so it kind of hangs over and shows this little guy. And put a little adhesive on the bottom and stick it right there. Okay, so then I put the 2 long stems first. Oh, did I touch? Yeah. 2 long stems in there. So this card's a little bit of labor of love. I think it's turned out so cute. And then one more little guy. And he goes right there in the center. And then I can grab my bluebell brush really quick and just make sure it's not too soppy and add some with that bluebell color. All right. And that one is done, and you can just set it aside to dry. Isn't that cute? All right, so let's go back to card number 1 really fast. Now that it's had time to dry. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're gonna just bring that back in real fast. Trying to talk today. And we're just gonna fussy cut it out. A lot of us makers have asked Close to My Heart to make thin cuts for these stamp of the month. So just so you know, the request is already in, so we don't have to fussy cut these amazing images. But it's not too bad. Just cut around that. To cut that off because it just gets a little too bulky for me. And cut around the antennae. And when you're fussy cutting, you move the paper, not your scissors. And it gives you a cleaner cut. Unless it's a long thing like that, then you have to kind of, but yeah, as you like go around corners, you move the paper, not the scissors. That's something I learned not too long ago, actually, watching Close to My Heart's videos, that they've been doing more lately now that we're, once we had to stay home, they started doing more videos online. It was so fun to learn from the professionals at the home office. So, okay, so what we're going to do is use some 3D foam and attach this dragonfly to our card. And then I believe I put in the instructions if you wanted to use a clear shimmer brush to add shimmer to his wings, because you can kind of see maybe on this one where it's kind of shimmery. So I just lightly put a clear shimmer brush over that. And then this one you can see that's just plain. So either way, so that's card number 1. All right, the last one is this one right here. And I posted a picture of it and you guys went bananas. And it's so easy but so fun. It's just this Cricut cut and then just some watercoloring like I've been showing you. So let's go ahead and stamp the butterfly on this piece of cardstock, and you'll for sure want the squishy thing underneath you. And then grab this butterfly. Now this butterfly has so many possibilities. You can color it in completely. You could do black and white. You could color in some of the images and leave other images. You can use like the oxide inks on it. So many different possibilities with this butterfly. I'm going to just season that and grab my intense black ink. I don't even use normal black ink anymore. For all of my projects, I just grab my intense, which I probably need to re-ink that. It's kind of getting a little light, but yeah, I don't even use normal black or the regular black anymore. Just because this one is so nice. Okay, make sure we got all the things. And push that down. Okay. Just going to quickly wipe this off with my chamois. And the stamp chamois, if you don't know, it just cleans up with water. You just get it wet and then you wipe your stamps off with water. It's awesome. Okay. So what we're going to do is actually watercolor it like we did the dragonfly. I started with canary. I'm gonna grab that. And we're going to do the same technique where I give it a little bit of CPR just to get that ink on the top of the lid. So you can see gets it nice and inky. And I'm just going to go from the center out. So let me grab my paper towel because I'm going to need that. And you can do it as light or as dark as you want. This is so easy. I think you guys, like when you guys went bananas over this, when I posted a picture, it was a while ago, I posted a picture of this. I was like, oh, you guys are going to love it because it's so easy. So once I'm done with the yellow, well, I think I want just a little more yellow. You'll want to squeeze your brush and just clean that yellow off of your brush. Okay. And then the next color I used is Ballerina. Oops. So we're going to squish the Ballerina. Get the ink on the top. And we're going to do the same thing. And I'm just going to just go down next to that yellow and lay down the pink color. You see that? Okay, so I'm going to wash that off and move on to the next color, which is Sage. I'm going to CPR it. And I'm going to bring just a little bit of water. And now this isn't watercolor paper, so you want to make sure that you don't saturate it too much or it'll wrinkle. But you can use just normal white cardstock. You just have to be careful about how much water you use. The other day I did show a video about the distressed oxides and using the watercolor paper, so you could use that if you wanted to. And okay, and then the last color is Bluebell. Here's my Bluebell. And if I remember correctly, I just took the colors out of that lovely paper packet to decide what colors I wanted to use to watercolor the butterfly. And I just took the colors that were already in that kit and used them on the butterfly. I love when Close My Heart does the work for me, so I don't have to guess. I'm like, oh, that looks good. Thank you. Thank you for doing that work for me. Yeah, matching colors is not really my thing, so I love it when Close My Heart has paper packets and they show you the different colors they use and they look really good together. They're the professionals, so I trust them. Okay. All right. We're going to clean that one off. And then, for the fun, I got to move all my things out of the way. We are going to splatter, you can see on here, those little splatters with the Bluebell shimmer brush. So I got to move all the things so we don't want to get shimmer all over everything. Okay, so usually what I do is I just kind of go off to the side and squeeze that brush a little to get some of that ink out, and then I will just tap it right over my project. I think the more ink you have in it, the more, the bigger the splatters. Ta-da! I think I'm good with that. And then they will dry. It looks dark now, but it will dry lighter. You see that? That's so fun. You can do that pretty much with any shimmer brush or ink, with the water brush for that matter. So I'm just going to clean that right off, and then we'll finish this card. And we'll grab one more card base. And these are Close My Heart's call it the value pack cards and envelopes. It comes in a pack of 50 and it has the envelopes, and I grab a pack like every time I place the Close to My Heart order because I go through them so much. But they're really nice because one, they have the envelope, and then two, they already have that score line for me. So it just takes a little bit of that work out. Okay, I'm just going to lightly set this down because it's still wet. Ta-da-da. Normally I would let that sit for a little bit and dry, but we're on a time crunch. You can 3D foam this frame if you want, or you can lay it right on top. And again, I just did this on my Cricut. All right, there you go. That is card number, oh, it's still wet, sorry. Card number 3. Are they just not the cutest? It was so fun creating this kit. It was a challenge for me because I'm not a flower person. And of course the butterfly was very, I'm missing one, was very intimidating. Oh, it's this one. The butterfly was really intimidating to me. But once I got playing with it, they just turned out so cute. And again, this stamp set is only available till the end of the month. Oh, let me get this there. Can you see it better? You can find the stamp set or any of these supplies on my website, juliescott.closetomyheart.com. And when you order this stamp set, I will send you this kit to create these cards. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.